Jorge Masvidal on the MMA Hour finally addressed Jake Paul's call-out. He said that once he's done with MMA, he'll consider fighting Jake Paul in a boxing match.
Right now, where I'm at in my career, I'm going to fight the world's best fighters in the world, right? We could both agree they're in the UFC, and they're at 170 pounds. There's a lot of good guys that I can beat up, and I'm going to get the most money for it, my brother. Now, when I am done beating up world-class fighters, this bum will still be around. I'll go and collect a quick paycheck for hitting him so hard in front of the whole world, you know? Those type of options always be there. But right now, while I'm in my prime, I got to do things that people in their prime do, and that's fight the world's best. He's not in that conversation, or ever will be, you know?
Conor McGregor was recently involved in an altercation where he ended up punching a well-known DJ in Rome. The victim, DJ Francesco Franchetti, explained what happened on his Instagram stories, and he went on to say, "I never thought I'd experience such a thing." He followed up with, "Here we are madness. For no reason, Mr. McGregor attacked me in front of several witnesses." He followed up with, "We were together for 2 hours. We laughed and talked about a lot of things. Then suddenly he punched me in the face." He followed up with, "Think what could happen. If I'm here talking to you now, it's a miracle." He followed up with, "This man is highly dangerous. He could very well punch my wife too." He followed up with, "Abusing one's power in this way is totally wrong and harmful to society." He followed up with, "The thing that saddens me the most, besides being one of Conor's fans of the first hour, is that real fighters don't behave like that. They are damned to have weapons instead of hands, and they certainly do not start punching the first random one in front of them. He could throw it at my wife, any of my friends in that room." He followed up with, "I'm curious if the hotel at Stragi Rome, which will surely have all the videos of what happened, will have the courage to show what Mr. McGregor did and how he behaved in the 2 hours we were together, including the aggression. Luckily there were his friends who stopped him because he would have gone on to beat me for no reason. I repeat, I may not report and do nothing, but since Mr. McGregor is a repeat offender of such behaviors, I hope this is the right time to pay you. I trust in the authorities and the Italian law. We took him as an arrow, and instead he is the only bully of the preferred species. What a disappointment. He will also have 50 million followers, money and power, but I don't care. I'll go straight to the end." He followed up with, "Thanks to all the fighters who are writing to me. This is a gesture to be condemned. I was lucky enough to work in America with great champions like Anderson Silva, and today I realized that Mr. McGregor doesn't know any of them. A punch out of the ring. A champion does not shrink as I saw him shrunk this night. I feel sorry for him. He has everything, but he has nothing." He followed up with, "Many write to me if I'm afraid because he is very rich and very powerful. The answer is simple, no, I have not pure. He must be stopped because he's dangerous for others. Now I understand why he has 20 bodyguards. Not to defend him from others, but to defend others from him. One like him who punches a person whom he has talked for 2 hours, laughed, chatted about everything and madness. A 20-centimeter punch in the face for no reason, no explanation. His brain went black. It was me in front of him and he took me. There could be a woman, my wife, and madness. If you don't know how to manage yourself, if you exaggerate and are unable to stop you, you must not leave the house. This man is a weapon. He must be stopped as soon as possible because next time it will end badly. Luckily I didn't go ashore. I didn't hit my head on the table. It went well for me. But what about the next one? He is unable to live in a civilized society." He followed up with, "The thing that makes me shiver and the fact that McGregor didn't throw a punch because he wanted to give it to me. He threw a punch because at that moment he decided to hit someone. If Bella, Ben or my wife had been in my place, he would have beaten them. Do you realize?" He followed up with, "Among the good messages that are coming to me, there are those however who support the thesis that if someone punches you in the face, it is you who took the punch who must prove that you are not wrong. What an incredible world." He ended it off with, "My lawyer asked for the video of the assault at the Stragi Rome hotel. Since it all happened not in a room but in a meeting room, if they don't give us all the videos, maybe there is something to hide. And it's not just aggression. I have many witnesses who are ready to tell everything that happened from A to Z. Let's see what happens." At UFC Vegas 40, Aspen Ladd lost to Norma Dumont via unanimous decision. A lot was made of Aspen Ladd's head coach Jim West, where many were happy with how he cornered his fighter.
You're down 3-0. Please tell me what you're doing.
Misha reacted and tweeted, "This is abuse. What a fan tweeted at her saying, "I understand what you're saying, but he did the same thing last fight and she knocked her opponent out. So I don't know, but I kinda agree, he's way too aggressive." Misha responded back saying she would have done that without him. It's who she is. He will take credit for her win, but never for her loss. Trust me, she can only take so much of this abuse before it breaks her spirit. Another fan tweeted at her saying, "It worked last fight." Misha responded back saying, "You're joking me, right? Maybe the only reason she's even starting slow is because of him. She's a fighter and there's only one thing holding her back." She ended it off with that Jim West would never speak to his male fighters the way he speaks to Aspen. Hate to see it, been there before. Aspen Ladd's head coach later apologized for his actions, and on his Instagram he went on to say, "Tonight was not our night. It's been our night many times at the highest level, but not tonight. I blame myself, though it may not be my fault. It's not up for debate. I take all the blame. Yes, after the first couple of rounds I may have been a little harsh, but I know Aspen. And at that time technical conversations was not in the cards being down 3 rounds. Nonetheless, I own it. And I'm sorry at Aspen Ladd. From the bottom of my heart, I will continue to get better each time. Aspen Lad reacted to a loss and posted this on her Instagram with the caption, "Not my night. Congrats to my opponent, we will be back better. In the meantime, I finally got back in there after nearly 2 years. Now it's time to take a step back, take a breath, and get back to fighting and feeling like myself again. On to the next." At Bellator 268, Corey Anderson finished Ryan Bader via TKO in the first round. He reacted to his win and posted this on his Instagram with the caption, "Bet on yourself." At Fred Van Vliet, "This was bigger than a win in the cage. This was victory in my life for my whole family, team and my long-time supporters. We've been on this journey for 8 years with ups and downs, and those that are listed above never lost faith in me. They watched me grind all day every day trying to get what's mine. Now we are one fight away from capturing gold. Are you riding with us?" Marvin Vettori in a recent interview spoke on his recent fight with Israel Adesanya. He said that he still thinks he's a better fighter and that Israel Adesanya fought smartly against him. Speaking to MMA Junkie, he went on to say he was very smart in there and he fought a very smart fight. With that being said, he wasn't better. He wasn't better at all in general. He wasn't more skilled. He didn't have more cardio. He didn't have more anything, really. He was smart. He knew he was a champion. He really didn't want to engage with me in a lot of things. Exchanges in general. One thing he was good at, he was able to play the crowd and kind of like almost be his own cornering in a sense. He had his own cornering, obviously. He also had his he was his own corner. He was able to see the situation a little bit more from the outside, from a third eye almost. But you know, I realized that I can really beat this guy, and I'm actually better than this guy. Israel Adesanya reacted to Marvin Vettori's comments and posted this on his Twitter saying, "Smarter is better, you know the vibes."
Hey Habib, what is it with you and Gorilla? And our coach doesn't have Gorilla shirts. I talked to them and they haven't sent me anything. What's going on?
This is your mistake, coach, because they cannot make for you 4XL, coach.
What?
You have to come down to XL.
What do you mean? I'm not a 4XL.
I don't want to call you fat guy. I don't want to do this. But please come down to large. Okay, X large, but not for 4XL. Please.
You're saying I'm 4XL?
This is your mistake. They send you 2XL.
No, they sent me 1XL. I can show you.
Coach, you have to come down. This is not about Gorilla, coach. This is about yourself.
Myself.
You want I call you in front of everybody fat guy? I'm not gonna do this.
Honey Ramba, do you hear that? I'm in the 18-6 intermittent fasting, and this guy here, Mr. In Shape, and he is in shape.
Okay, 18 hours you don't eat, but
yes.
6 hours you don't stop, coach. this is a bad.
I give you 5 on that
6 hours you don't stop, you have to stop. Okay, eat 20 minutes, but not 6 hours.
About 6 hours? Okay.